Founded in 2016 by Daniel Bartolotta, Daniel's Doughnuts is a popular confectionery, donut and coffee store with over 40 locations throughout Australia. It is popular for its sweet convenience and tasty treats. Daniel's Doughnuts' customer base consists of practically anyone who passes through, aimed at providing convenient and unique food and drink options. We've broken down the consumer market for this business into 4 key segments, the first one being students. Food insecurity among Australian university students increased from 42% to 53% from 2022 and 2024, with severe food insecurity rising from 17% to 29%. This peer-reviewed Australia data also confirms that sweet indulgent foods are a dominant snacking behaviour in this demographic, making them an active consumer in Daniel's product category. This next segment being high schoolers. Discretionary foods make up a significant proportion of high schoolers' snacking occasions. Teenagers also have growing or purchasing autonomy, meaning they make their own food decisions. Young professionals. 95% of working Australians spend their own money on food and beverages during work time, with almost 3 in 4 purchasing lunch, morning tea or coffee at least once per week, making them a key demographic for targeting. Lastly, families with kids. NAB research found that even during cost of living pressures, only 14% of Australians cut back on spending on children's activities, demonstrating that children's spending is protected. Both students and young professionals are a good target segment, as a YouGov survey found that 33% of all respondents say that advertising helps them decide what to buy. This figure jumps up significantly for younger audiences, with 51% of Gen Z and 44% of millennials agreeing.
Students are easily reached and identified for marketing through social media and large usage of the internet, making data surrounding them easily accessible for businesses and targeted marketing campaigns. Combined with this, students are influenced more by environmentally sustainable business practices. According to a 2025 survey done by South Pole, 88% of Gen Z prioritize sustainability in everyday purchase choices. Students primarily make up of Gen Z hold a higher purchasing power within this confectionery field. As mentioned by the Convenience World magazine, Gen Z consumers spend up to $74 a week on impulse purchases, including food and coffees such as Daniel's Doughnuts, making it simple and easy to integrate Sustainable Development Goal 2 into marketing by pushing sustainably healthy practices, making Daniel's Doughnuts the environmentally friendly choice, backed by the results of South Pole's survey. Students are also an amazing target segment for marketing from Daniel's Doughnuts due to the size of the segment. The Australian Government Department of Education provides insight into higher education student enrolment statistics from 2015 to 2024, showing a clear increasing trend from 1.4 million in 2015 to 1.7 million overall in 2024, with a clear projection for even more growth.
According to the 2024 Megatrends in Australia report, 72% of millennials are searching for ways to simplify their lives, and 66% are willing to spend money to save time. Young professionals are easily found in a lunch break rush or pre-work coffee run looking to fuel their day. They can be reached through social media. Sprout Social claims in 2024, millennials spend an average of 7 hours and 45 minutes per week on social media, with Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram their most used platforms. Deloitte Media claim that 31% of millennials still appreciate TV advertising, making this a viable option. The endorsement of podcasts with Eloquent Strategy Marketing Agency in a 2025 report found podcast consumption in Australia surged by 37% since 2022, reaching nearly 6 million weekly listeners in 2024. Office workers commuting or working are a primary podcast demographic, making this a growing channel for reaching the young professional segment.
Daniel's Doughnuts has 2 main competitors in the convenience donut market, being Krispy Kreme and Donut King. Krispy Kreme owns the premium end of mass market donut space in Australia. The brand is American, corporate and polished. It wins on brand recognition. Krispy Kreme has 35 stores in Australia and positions itself as a treat occasion brand.
Founded in 1981, there are 216 Donut King stores across Australia. Donut King positions itself entirely on nostalgia. Its own language from its website is telling. For the average Australian kid, the ultimate reward during the weekly shopping excursion was to stop at your local Donut King. Our goal is to reposition Daniel's Doughnuts and market towards the SDG 2, Zero Hunger, and SDG 12, ensuring sustainable consumption and production patterns. Changing to more sustainable packaging will attract favourability from Gen Z and students supporting SDG 12, utilising more biodegradable packaging, ensuring less waste and pollution. From a national YouGov survey, 62% of the population said they would be willing to pay more for everyday consumables if it meant the packaging didn't end up in landfill. The same survey found that 89% of people found that manufacturers should be required to use packaging that is sustainable. This puts it back on the business to do their part in helping the environment and prevent waste. Adopting this into Daniel's Doughnuts will ensure centering around responsible consumption, which can position the business more positively to consumers.
Cheaper end of and next day donuts to avoid waste and surge popularity for cheap donuts would position Daniel's Doughnuts as a no waste, cheap brand which supports the community, centering Daniel's Doughnuts around SDG 2. The end of day discount model tied to SDG 2 is something neither competitor can credibly copy. It's anchored to a real mechanic, not just packaging greenwashes. The Australian Institute's 2023 report on food waste confirms this importance, with 67% of Australians believing food businesses are responsible for reducing food waste, reinforcing their new position. In regard to the competitors repositioning Daniel's Donuts around SDG 2 and 12, this separates Daniel's Donuts from its competitors, as Donut King branding itself on nostalgia and Krispy Kreme focusing on mass production and high quality. Neither of these have much involvement in sustainable practices and are positioned around consumerism rather than the new sustainable position of Daniel's Donuts. Daniel's Donuts is now uniquely positioned to own the values-driven space neither Krispy Kreme nor Donut King can credibly occupy. By embedding SDG 2 and 12 into its core offer through end-of-day discounts, sustainable packaging, and community-first marketing, Daniel's transforms a local donut brand into a purpose-led business built for the next generation of Australian consumers.